You know what? That can wait until after this game, alright?
Okay.
In between the semis, we'll look at the Reddit meme. Alright?
Fair.
In this in the StarCraft community, we love Reddit memes. I don't, but the StarCraft community does. Anyways, here we are in the bottom left-hand corner of the map. The red Terran player. The boy wonder. The kid that came from China. You know, playing for Team KyZ Gaming. KZG. We have, of course, time.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Oxide LE, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing Team NV in this, as I just said, best of 5 semifinals. It is Creator.
Oh boy, TvP. If you are new to StarCraft and thought PvP was chaotic, you've never watched a TvP.
Oh yeah. Can't wait to see the Widowmine drops all over the place. The Blink Stalkers coming in as well. It's gonna be beautiful.
All the tanks, all the drops everywhere, and just constant trading. It's so chaotic. I love and hate this matchup. Like casting it. Because like I love it because I love chaos, but oh. Speaking of which,
there's a reason why I was following that probe.
I manifested this. I feel like I might have manifested this.
Oh boy. Okay, so this is pretty close to the main base, mate. Are we gonna see some proxy Stargate, Void Ray?
This is either a Void Ray. We'll see when the core comes up. This is either Void Ray or a Gateway, no? But the core's already come up, so yeah, it's a gate. Stargate. Oh man, I manifested the chaos. What have I done?
Oh god, so this was very popular at the beginning of the season, at the beginning of the new patch. Void Ray pushes with shield batteries, and it was absolutely disgusting. But then after a while, it
this is voltage.
Yeah, it like fell out of favor a little bit. I believe Thermal released like the TvP guide on how to hold it, and now you rarely see it.
People just kind of
yeah.
People learn to defend it. But here we go. This is like take Proxy Tempest with the shield batteries, but make it faster.
Yep. Make it faster, make it hit harder. Here we go. The Void Rays are in production. Now, more importantly, Time. He has not left his base. He has not gone for a scout. He skipped his Reaper. I didn't even notice.
Oh my god, he went straight for Reactor. He doesn't know Pepe Laugh. He doesn't know Pepe Laugh.
He doesn't know. To be fair, because he doesn't know, he didn't make a Reaper, and like, you know, he's actually getting Marines, which is decent anti-air. It's not horrible.
Missing out on the scout with the Reaper is kind of detrimental, especially now that it's just shown up. He's like, wait a minute, that's not normal. That's not how that works.
Oh god, not normal whatsoever. It felt like the Void Ray didn't know what to do for a moment there. It was just like flying around like, huh.
He's kind of flew around like, let's just take a scenic little look over here. There's a racks over there. That's building. Oh yeah, there's some Marines over there.
I should probably. I'm in a war. This is the enemy. Oh my god.
I'm taking a look at the cool architect, but actually I should be fighting shit.
Oh god, and of course this is the answer, right? Like you need to get a couple of cyclones out, but Magfield Accelerator almost got canceled.
Oh, Magfield almost goes down. He's able to get the repair just off. Cyclone barely comes out. He's gonna be able to get a second one out with that Tech Lab surviving. Having that Maglock is gonna be massive. Like Maglock is just like death for any flying unit.
Yeah, exactly. It's so important that he keeps that alive. Meanwhile, he manages to lock on. Can he take out the?
Barely escapes, but now he's supply blocked. He lost the depot.
He may
drop, I think.
He could lose another depot as well.
Yeah, he doesn't have energy. He can't drop.
Yeah, he does not have the energy. A couple more Void Rays are joining the fray as well, trying to target fire one of the Cyclones.
Ooh, nice spacing there from Time. Able to keep himself out of death from the Void Ray while keeping that lock on. Very nicely played. Classic Time micro. But again, he's still stuck on the supply block. He used his energy for a mule, and he's gonna lose another depot. This is not looking too good.
Once again, time is supply block. He's gonna be losing a couple of add-ons as well. But what's important is that he is slowly working up that cyclone count. We have 2 already. We have a Viking, and we're going to have a 3rd quite shortly.
Yeah, he's got a 3rd on the way, and he'll get a 4th once he gets the supply up. Again, it's being supply blocked for this long against a build like this is going to be very tough, but it looks like Creator has decided that he's able to contain like this with the shield batteries and with the Blade Rays in the front, and he's willing to just expand and hold it out. Even if he loses these, it's fine. He'll be miles ahead.
Yeah, it's going to be on time to not just break out of this contain, break out, and then immediately push out across the map and deal some damage. He scans, he confirms.
Yep, he knows that this is just set up for a contain and that he's not going to get all in. Yeah, and also speaking of on time, he better be pushing out on time. I feel like the way that you stopped moving the camera just... I think that I don't even need to see your face to know your reaction.
God damn it. God damn it.
You're welcome. It's what I'm here for.
Yeah, this is why you left. This is why this is...
It wasn't actually because I had actual real life things to do. It was actually because you just asked me to stop coming on this cast and coming on this channel because of my stupid jokes.
It was the puns, mate. It was too much. It was too much.
I mean, the last thing I really casted was ESL China, right? And the Chinese players all have like names that are just words.
The watermelon,
like coffee.
right?
Yeah, and watermelon. Straight up, his name is just watermelon, right? And I don't remember quite well, but I'm sure I made jokes about it.
Yeah, it happened. I remember.
I traumatized you, like.
It's all coming back. It's all coming back. Oh god.
I'm sorry, Light. I apologize for traumatizing you with my poor humor. Listen, when I'm on a live broadcast, I can't make the actually funny jokes.
Sure.
I gotta actually keep myself in check a little bit. But I don't want to get told by ESL I can't cast anymore.
Oh boy. I mean, so things have been slowly progressing. Time was able to finally retake his natural. Not just that, but he also has this 3rd CC on the way as well. But unfortunately, he's still been contained here to his bases.
Yeah, while we were making jokes, actually, like, things were happening, but they were mostly things that, you know, you sometimes talk about. I mean, expansion's going up, you know, armies building up, tech going up. Time building his way out and very rapidly trying to catch up economically and in terms of production. He's got his 2nd base up. He's throwing up his Raxes. He's got his E-base on the way. Stuff like that. He's even got a medevac out.
Yeah, it's all, I mean, what you would really expect. Ooh, meanwhile, Creator is finding an opportunity to perhaps blink into the main. Oh, thinks better of it though.
Yep, he has decided, nope, this might be a bit of death. I do not want death. I say no to death today.
Yep. He sees all the units in the main base, protecting that tank as well, so...
Yeah, he sees the tank on the high ground, surrounded by cyclones.
Nope. Oh god.
Oh, he just kind of walked up the ramp into 2 tanks.
Yeah.
I mean... At least he knows now not to do it again.
You know, he knows that there's a tank there. Meanwhile, we do see Creator scanning. He confirms the 3rd base. So, as you said, like, things have just been slowly progressing in terms of everyone situating themselves and slowly macroing up.
Yeah, it's just a lot of intensive macroing, things like that. Oh God, have you looked at the chat? There's, ooh.
Do you know who that is?
I feel like they coordinated that. I feel like they coordinated just contributing to that Spanish intro.
Oh god, yes. If you want to hear Alyx whip out her Spanish, then work towards that Spanish intro. We're over halfway there.
I've only done it once, and I said almost nothing because I can't. Guys, I don't speak Spanish. I'm one of the contestants that doesn't know any Spanish.
It's fine. Fun fact, Aries had to do the Spanish intro for Demi-C Weekly over the weekend, and what he came out with was, he was like, "Light, I need more time." He said that in Spanish. He's like, and I'm like, I had to fill time for him.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But yes, unlike most of the casters you'll see on the CranKy Ducklings channel, I don't speak a single lick of Spanish. You know, Light, you know, Milk, Yaku, they know a little bit of small. I mean, I can't really say much about it. But, you know, at least he's spoken Spanish words. Even if they're not very correct, at least he's spoken them.
That's the thing. That's what you gotta do. You like Yaku. He has no idea what he's saying, but he acts like he does, right?
Yeah.
It's all about the confidence.
I don't want to lie, and I don't want to disappoint the
fans,
Latin American fans, because I know we have a lot of them. But at the same time, I know a lot of them really liked watching me struggle. The one time I've done it.
Yep.
I think Zeph was in chat.
Yeah, she was.
Well,
yeah.
that time as well, and I thought she was heavily judging me, but she found it quite entertaining. You know what? If Zeph liked it, you know what? Sure, whatever.
There we go.
That gives me some clout.
There we go. And as we were talking about all those Spanish intros, finally Time is looking to push out across the map, looking to lay siege upon the 4th base of Creator. Creator preemptively wasting that shield battery overcharge.
Ooh, that's way early. Oh no, that's not a good thing to use up that early. As finally all this macroing is culminated in Time with a very sizable army. He's got a good Marauder count going into this and good pre-splits. He's got a good medevac count too. Ooh, these Zealots forcing a lot of splash onto the front of the army, but yeah, it looks like Time is just set up to siege here, and
he's looking terrifying, to be honest. I mean, right now the only thing going for Creator is that, I don't know if you noticed, there are 3 High Templar in that War Prism ready to drop, ready to lay storms all over the Terran army, but he can't get close enough because of those Vikings.
Yeah, those Vikings are keeping the drop storms at bay, but if he manages to sneak one in there, that could be devastating in a choke point like that.
Oh, he's going in.
Oh, he's going in with the Zealots from the side as well. The Storm's going in on top of every single one of those tanks in the choke point. 3-4 of them go down, but a good bio count pushing back the forces as he comes back into the choke point. A nice blink forward, but the tank catches him out. There's one right at the back that stayed alive through all of that and is able to lay down massive amounts of splash damage onto all of these Stalkers, forcing Creator to move back and recoup.
And that was every single storm. Like, they were all utilized. There's no more left, no more splash damage for Creator.
He's able to stem forward right into these Stalkers, the damage being done, the tank in the backline laying down more damage. There's another tank just sieging up now behind the wall. As Creator tries to poke from another direction, he blinks onto them, and he gets just annihilated by the siege tanks. He manages to focus one down with the Immortals. There's another that goes down, but the bio count is way too high, and Time coming back and winning the game.
GG, and that's exactly what you need to do in Time's position, right? You're contained to 2 bases, you slowly macro up, you get that massive, beefy Terran army, and you just push out, and Creator... Exactly.
He hit those timings, he hits those. You know? He knows the Time knows his timings.
Exactly. GG, well played. Time is on top of those timings, and Creator, again, just a little bit too trigger happy as well. Like, the shield battery overcharge, that's kind of a big deal.
Oh yeah, that was way early. Losing that so early on meant he was just stuck getting sieged on for so long. Like, when he finally managed to jump in, right, he'd already taken quite a bit of damage from the 4 siege tanks in the choke point. No, 5 in the choke point. And by the time he was able to storm on them, one of them was able to pull back. He had reinforcements on the way. And, yeah, no, Creator's army was whittled down. Like, oh god, I gotta catch my breath. That last fight. Kind of like Rap God mode.
Yeah, everyone needs to catch their breath there. On top of that, it was also, I think Creator, he didn't realize the push was coming until it was already like halfway across the map. So he only had, I believe, that 1 shield battery ready, and that was kind of all the stack defense he had for that. Yeah, he just wasn't prepared.
he was very heavily like focused on probing up. Like you could see he was on his fourth. He wanted it to probe it up, you know, rise up in tech, and then he sees like 5 tanks rolling across the map. He's like, well, that's not good.
Nope, not at all.
But here we go. Game numero dos.
Ooh, name number 2. See, you're already whipping out the Spanish, mate. You're on it.
I know like some words. I know some words. I watched Dora the Explorer growing up. Come on.
God.
Anyways, as we load into game 2 on the Submarine LE, we have in the top left-hand corner of the map, in the red, the Terran player. The boy wonder, the face of China in StarCraft, playing for KyZ Gaming. KZG. It is the one, the only, Time.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Submarine LE, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the blue Protoss, representing Team NV. It is Creator.
Oh boy, well, here comes the scouting probe. Doesn't look like it's doing anything out of the ordinary. I mean, if Creator's doing something aggressive, this is Submarine. He's not gonna proxy, he's just gonna walk across the map.
Exactly, and this is what I love about ESL Open Cup Asia. If you're casting and if you're watching events in Latin America, in Oceania, even in North America, this map gets vetoed. Not here, not in Korea.
Yeah, nobody plays this map. In Korea, they're like, well, everybody is probably aware. Korean players, they're just much more aggressive, even on ladder, even in pro games. They're more aggressive, and it's more like Korean players are more willing to limit test. I feel, and you know, playing Submarine is one of those things that Korean players do that they do to limit test, because it's such a difficult map to play, like just because of the potential of getting rushed. And then when both players like, they're gonna rush me, then suddenly it becomes just a chaotic mess of just like 2 massive armies with 0 economy running at each other.
Yeah, it's something that I know a lot of the European players like complain about. They're like it's so annoying playing against these Koreans because they like hit these weird aggressive timings and I know what they're doing, and it's like that's what they do, you know. They just end the game early if they can.
That's the Korean playstyle. Like that's kind of the you don't see very many like late game. You don't see many Koreans that want the late game. They can play the late game really well purely because of just experience and macro and skill, but that's not what they want. It's what they can do if they have to, but they don't want that.
Yeah, they want the win. That's what they want.
They want the fat dubs, and we all know Koreans are good at getting fat dubs.
Oh boy, yes.
And that's why they play this map.
Exactly, and ooh, Time already getting 2 probe kills.
Damn, that's pretty good. That's I mean, what did we talk about before this the series began? Time. He's one of the 4 or 5 Terrans that'll
kill Lings.
Do a significant amount of work with the Reaper. Like, you know, the Reaper, it's not a combat unit, it's a scouting unit. But in the hands of these players, it might as well be 5 stimmed Marines.
Yeah, pretty much. And we see he's there, active out on the map, waiting for the opportunity to dive into the main base and get some scouting information. But of course, Creator, he is here ready and waiting with that sentry.
He's ready. Ooh, sending out the scout as well. He won't have enough energy for a force field, but Stalkers to chase with the Reaper, and nothing too bad should happen here. You know, Time might be able to sneak the Reaper in. We will have to see.
Meanwhile, the hallucinated Phoenix will dive into the main base, and he should be able to scout this 2-1 opening from Time.
Yeah, the 2-1-1. That's very common. I've noticed a lot of Chinese players tend to go for the 2-1-1. I mean, 2-1-1. It's definitely more played nowadays than it has been in the past. Like I remember it coming back into the meta when I stopped casting. Was around the time when it was like, all right, time to try this out and people doing it more often. But I've seen it especially so from Chinese players.
Yeah, definitely. And this is all the more dangerous on a map like Submarine, because this is going to hit hard with Stim, with a bunch of Marines, with a ground-based army, and just go across the map, as opposed to a build that you see like a regular 1-1-1 build, which is more harass-oriented, you know, with Ravens or Banshees, or dropping Widow Mines and Mineral Lines. Like, that's more, you see that a lot more in the larger maps.
Yeah, the bigger maps, you'll see like the harassing things. You want, buying time, buying space, because you have so much of it to work with. But when you've got a map this small, you can just kind of like stim a bunch of Marines across the map and call it a day. And that's what 2-1-1's good at. The quick stim, the quick Marines.
Yeah, and we'll see how hard this is going to hit, because already there are 2 tanks out, 4 times. Stim is about to finish up. He's just waiting for a couple of medevacs to help support his units.
Yep, he's gonna have the stim coming up at about the 5-minute 30 mark. And he's got the tank on the high ground, tank on the low ground to keep things from getting the mineral line, and he's already got a drop out on the map, boosting away from his base. Taking a long way around.
Oh boy, yeah, completely bypassing the Stalkers outside the natural of time. Meanwhile, we do have Creator taking up quite quickly here. Of course, he does have Blink on his Stalkers, but he's going straight into that robotic spade. I imagine to go straight into Colossus.
Yeah, I mean, he sees the 2-on-1. He knows he's going for this very, very heavy Marine style. Ooh, there's an observer here.
Wow, nice. Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good position. Nobody puts observers there.
Yeah, he was able to catch that, immediately responds with his Stalkers coming back home.
He will be ready for this and be able to respond appropriately. He's even got the Immortal up here. It's just not taking damage. It's an Immortal. And, yeah, holds very nicely. With a cheeky little observer positioning. He must have seen the 2-on-1. It's like he's gonna go for a drop from the side. He's like, I will watch for this.
Oh, he wants it. He wants that drop. He's looking for it.
He's sneaking. He's gonna catch it out. He's gonna catch it out. He's gonna stalk around the back. Ooh. Oh, he was too impatient.
He showed his hand too early.
Yeah. The observer just being like, hello. Why? Why?
Oh god,
oh, I know he's coming back in.
He does. So he's kind of distracting his opponent right now, because again, the main army is pushing out through the center of the map. 4 tanks alongside all these Marines.
Yeah, and the only observer is not seeing that, so it's already here by the time he knows about it. And he's got just the sheer tank firepower that he's about to lay down on this Nexus. He has 2 Colossi up, so that will be really good for him. Again, the aggressive tanking and aggressive expansion going well in his favor. Blink on top of the tanks. 2 of the tanks go down immediately. There goes a 3rd. Very nice blink. But both Colossi already go down. The stimmed Marines and Marauders shredding through this army in time. With just sheer bio firepower and just impatience from Creator of anything.
Just brute forces his way through. Yeah.
Yeah, he just shows up and he's like, all right, you can focus my tanks, but I will delete your Colossi. And the game is over.
Yeah, and he was even baited as well, because I didn't get to show it on the camera because like there was a lot happening. But that drop that was coming towards the natural of Creator, it was actually picked off by the Stalkers. Like Creator was focusing on those Stalkers, blinking forward, catching that drop, and sure, he was able to stop that. But like that wasn't the big thing coming from time. Like the big push was those tanks. That's where he needed his units, and GG.
Yeah, he definitely did not. He had like his 2 observers were on the sides of the map watching for drops. He did not see 4 tanks rolling across the map at all.
And that's the scary thing about Submarine, because the rush distance is so small. Those ground-based pushes hit so much faster, so much harder.
Yeah. If you don't catch them leaving the base, they're already at your door when you see them. So it's like, if you don't have an observer over the space between the national and the 3rd, and you see them leaving, they're going to hit you, and they're going to hit you hard.
Oh boy.
But yeah, here we go. 2-0 up. In this series, as we load into Lightshade LE, what happens when you turn on the lamp on Nightshade? You get Lightshade. Comedy. Anyway, spawning in the top left-hand corner of the map, the Red Terran player, the boy wonder hailing from China himself, playing for KZ Gaming. KZG! It is the one, the only time.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing Team NV. Currently down 0-2 in this best of 5. He has to bring it back here and now, otherwise he is out of the tournament. It is Creator.
All right, we shall see what happens this game. So far, nothing too aggressive, you know. The barracks is in the main so far. There could be a second one that is not there, but we will see how time decides to play out. This third game probably wants to just take it safe and guarantee the 3-0, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, I mean, like, Time can do whatever he wants right now. He can, like, he has,
He can literally throw the game.
Yeah, he has the freedom to go for whatever build. Like, the pressure is on Creator right now. Like, yeah, you gotta feel so bad. Like, he's on cloud 9 after 2-0ing Stats. Like, Stats, the biggest name, arguably, in the tournament. And then he's like, breathing a sigh of relief. I did it. Oh my god. And now he's already down 0-2.
Yeah, he's been just... He had a good advantage starting off game 1, and Terran, man. The Terran decided, okay, it's time to win.
Yeah.
And just sat down, he kicked his feet up and was like, all right, macro time. And just outproduced.
Oh, God.
Just outproduced Creator.
You know what? I'm sure Time like loves Creator at the moment. He's like, thank God you took out Stats. he's like, thank you so much.
He's okay playing a Protoss on the more aggressive side compared to an unbreakable shield wall like Stats.
Yeah. He's like, phew, okay, there we go. Like that problem's out of the way. Now I can play my game.
Somebody I can actually attack. that I don't have to go to Sky Toss against.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, I didn't away the third.
Yeah.
Very quick.
Very greedy third, right? It's just a single racks and already going straight into a CC.
You think Innovation is greedy with his like third base before Stargate?
Starport, yeah.
Starport, that's the word. This man is sticking his third base down before his factory is up. Like, this is a build.
And he's kind of getting punished a little bit for it. We do see, like, he's forced all the SCVs off the line.
Lost Reaper.
But honestly, this is still okay for Time. Like, he lost army units. Like, that's ideal.
Yeah, it's better to lose army units than to lose workers. And yeah, no, he's set up to get like hella ball into this one.
Oh boy, exactly. Like, especially because we've seen Creator hasn't really been an aggressive player, and if he allows Time to get away with this, Time is just going to skyrocket ahead in terms of the economy.
Yeah, no, he's gonna just shoot up. Like, again, like we were saying, he's 2-0 up. He can choose whatever he wants. He can go greedy as hell. He can go safe as hell. He can like proxy 4 racks for all I care. Like, it doesn't matter.
Oh boy, and right now our eyes on Creator. Like, Time can do whatever he wants. How is Creator going to respond is the question. At the moment, he has very limited scouting information. He hasn't seen the opener at all.
It's 3 racks.
It is. It's 3 racks.
There's the factory. There we go.
Oh boy.
3 CC at like the 4-minute mark. Like that finished at like the 3 minutes 30 mark. Like, oh, he's gonna see it.
Yeah, he comes
see the
in.
3 racks, 1 factory in the third.
Yeah, he sees the factory is still being produced. He saw all 3 racks. It's okay, now Creator has the information he needs. He knows that there's going to be a big Marine Marauder push at some point, and he's going to have to be the one to make sure he's able to, I would say, defend against it. I'm honestly surprised he's trying to be active out here with his Wing Stalkers.
He's trying to punish the greed with going for such an early third. Again, he started his third at like 2 minutes 30 or something like that, which is ridiculously fast. You don't see that kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah, it's not something you see too often, so we'll see if Creator can do something about it. Like, he is being active out here with a handful of Stalkers. Because the tank is so late, you could argue that maybe he can try and like blink into the main base and do some damage, but Time is ready for that. Like, that's why he has the majority of his army in between the bases, ready just in case a blink happens in the main or in the natural.
Yeah, he's got the bunker in the front. You know, he's ready to move on the high ground. It's 2 more Rexes already on the way up. He hasn't even started his first tank, and he's already got another 2 Rexes coming out. This is gonna be massive bio, and like, he's got the 3rd CC already in his back pocket. Like, he is not gonna be punished too badly for losing a ton of army, because he's gonna be so rich.
Oh yeah, and what's scary, like, time and time again, I've seen, sure, Creator, he's working on Colossus, but like, because this is such a bio-heavy army with a bunch of Marauders, like, we're just gonna see Time like stim forward and chase the Colossus down and just focus fire his heart out. It's gonna be terrifying.
Time and time again. This is why you brought me back on the casting team, right?
God damn it. oh boy, oh boy. I hope you all enjoy Jet for now. Now that she's back, because she's gonna be taking another couple month break after this. Oh god.
I'm off the payroll once again.
Oh god.
Not like I get paid, but you know, it's funnier if I make a joke about it.
Oh boy, what is, like, look at the bare bones army of Creator right now, like barely protecting his Colossus.
There's like 6 units.
Oh,
There's
God.
the rest of them. There's the rest of them. But it's just 2 Colossi and like 8 units.
Oh boy, okay,
like,
but
we just didn't do this. Yep. Speaking of which, there he goes.
yeah, already starting to focus down one of the Colossus. He does back off, does overcharge to keep it alive.
Yep. It'll help him hold off for a second, but here come the reinforcements, another double drop coming in. And in fact, he's pulling back his army. He just wants the double drop. He's got like 6 Marauders in there. That's devastating against buildings.
Oh yeah, definitely. I do like the time he's respecting like the amount of Colossus here. He's like, okay, I'm not going to try and break this. I'm not going to push the issue. Instead, I'm going to go for drops instead. And with this, he should at least be able to deny this 4th.
Yeah, he's dead. Yep, there he goes. He forces the cancel with the Marauders, and he's able to stay out here with the Widow Mines just to be annoying.
I also want to point out as well, because we've also seen this quite a bit recently, Beyond is back, and Beyond, if he was in that position with those Marauders, he straight up, to his detriment, he would have stemmed forward and tried to focus down those Colossus. And he would have made it work as well. Like, that's the kind of player that he is. Yeah. He probably would have lost everything in the process.
Oh yeah, for sure. And yeah, it's just a bit more posturing here. Unfortunately, Time not able to stop that 4th again. But, you know, we shall see. Like, again, the army not quite there for Creator at the moment. Ooh, here comes the Zealot drop.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a drop here. He is able to scout the 4th base in production as well, but in the end, this War Prison, it's going to get cleaned up.
Yep, he's got Vikings at the ready over here, and had a couple of Marauders around. Able to keep the Zealots from doing too much damage to the economy here.
Oh boy, and you know what, the Ghost Academy is just about to finish up, but to counter that, you know, we also have Creator working on his High Templar, working on his Storm.
Yep, you know, the usual just mass AoE. It deals with the mass bio quite well. Though this bio is quite a lot of Marauders. Like, that Marauder count is insane.
Oh yeah. He be thick. It's beefy.
He be thick. Let's see, yeah, he's at 22 Marauders and 30 Marines. He's almost 50-50.
Jesus.
On numbers.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? Like, sure, Storms and Colossus are great, but they just tickle Marauders compared to Marines, and there's just so many of them.
Oh yeah, this is whew. Well, this is a thick army.
On top of that, we got the Vikings as well to focus down the Colossus, and there's barely any. There's only 2 Colossus. Ooh, the Disruptor, though, that could swing things in Creator's favor.
Annihilate. Yeah, that could annihilate the those Marauders, and we got 3 Ghosts at the front too. Oh, that's a decent BMP hitting. What was that? One of the Archons, maybe. Yep. Here's a Storm on the top side, able to take out quite a bit there with that Storm. The Colossi doing quite a lot of damage, and these Vikings are not focus firing the Colossi.
Ooh.
And yeah, slight mismanagement of that fight. And the Colossi with the reinforcement of the shield batteries and the storms, able to hold.
Yeah, again, this was the ideal position for Creator. He had his entire army here, he had a bunch of defensive structures as well, shield battery overcharge, cannons, and with that, Creator took the best fight he could have hoped for, and now suddenly things are swinging in Creator's favor.
Yeah, no, like being that far down an army to start with, being able to hold on that well is definitely the it's your most optimal outcome.
Yeah.
It gives you space, it gives you tempo, and it gives you map control.
Oh boy, and maybe Time being a little bit overconfident with that attack as well. Like he did kind of just sit in all the storms, you know? He just felt like he had it.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
He heavily miscontrolled that fight. The Vikings were just kind of shooting at whatever, like he was not stimming around the storms. But the defense coming up, we got the liberation zones, the freedom circles.
Yeah, and this is the saving grace for Time. Like there isn't really a reliable way for Creator to deal with those liberators, and he's forced back.
That's what they call the Venn diagram of freedom.
Oh yeah, it's the liberators as well as, you know, the sensor towers. They're also out here as well, and oh boy,
it makes a Venn diagram. The Terrans like their circles. They got the scans.
Yep.
They got the sensor towers. They got the liberation zones. It's all circles with the Terrans. Liberty, yeah.
Oh boy. And we'll see. I mean, it looks like things are going to be slowing down. We do see that both players are basically taking their halves of the map. Time especially, like he's essentially cut the map in half with his sensor towers.
Yeah, he's basically just got control of that half of the map. He can see basically anything that comes within range. It'll just ping him on his map. He's like, hey, there's an idiot over here. Yeah. As we shift into that late game TvP, you know, more Marauders. We've got motherships on the way. We've got the Liberator range as well. Yeah, no. Ghost Marauder Liberators versus like motherships and storms and archons. It's just gonna be a general split map late game.
Oh, and you know what? The Army of Time is pretty out of position, so there's an opportunity here for Creator to push on forward and maybe take the space out. But the Liberators, they're really holding the line for him. Wow.
Yeah, it's definitely keeping him from being able to push in here, especially once Liberator range finishes. Like, it's gonna be even harder for him to poke a point like that, which I believe it has. Oh, yo, is that Gabe? That's the Hero Marine.
Jesus Christ!
That man deserves a promotion. That is the Hero Marine.
He just 1v1 the High Templar.
He dueled the guy. He was like, I challenge you to a duel of skill, a challenge of skill. But I'm from I'm from the Terran the I don't remember
Dominion?
my lore. Dominion, that's what it's called. I don't remember my lore, dude. I just watched the funny man run on the screen.
Oh god. Yeah, in the end, Time, he was able to trade quite well there, but again, like, we are split map, and oh, there are so many disruptors with the Army of Creator.
3 Marauders, you know, decent trade for nothing. In these late game situations, it's all about taking those little trades, you know, be trading out your pieces, stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. It's especially when it comes to Protoss, it's all about refining that army. Like, Creator is 200 out of 200, but he wants to get rid of at least like the Colossus, you know, maybe even a couple of Stalkers to make room for more of this Sky Toss.
Yeah, he wants to make room for those carriers. He wants to make room for more Archons and High Templar, you know, those late game tier 3 AoE units over those like tier 2 Robo Colossi, you know. He wants to tech up. He wants to be trading out things like Stalkers, you know, getting more value out of losing those units.
Yeah, exactly.
It's, like, again, going back to the chess analogy, you're making trades in your favor.
Yeah, and more importantly, it's about trading slowly. You don't want to take a big fight where you lose, like you just drop 50 supply. You want to slowly, gradually lose a couple units here and there.
Oh. Speaking of losing a couple units, he's forced to recall, but not everything gets out. He's gonna lose another disruptor here. as these Marauders run very fast. They got the fast legs, and they pull the triggers faster because drugs. Um, you know when your drugs make you shoot gun faster?
It's, I mean, did you watch Cardboard? It can kind of make sense, I guess, question mark.
Those are automatic rifles.
Look, they shoot faster, okay? Their trigger finger. It makes sense, question mark.
Blizzard. Blizzard. Oh god. Blizzard confuses me. StarCraft confuses me. And I've been playing and casting this game for like a year at this point, at least. A year and a half.
I mean, speaking of confusing, for the first time today, this is our first late game scenario. Like we're split map.
Yeah.
Like we're actually getting to tier 3 for both players.
Yeah, no, we've like I said, we got the lib range. Like that is some late game. You know the Terran wants a late game when they actually make lib range.
Oh yeah.
And that Viking count, he does not like those carriers.
I mean, you need them. You need this Viking count to be able to deal with the mass amount of carriers that have slowly been building up. You mentioned it earlier. One of the big things that are missing for Creator, if he wants it, is a mothership. Oh my god, the nukes are coming out.
Oh, here we go. It's truly a Terran late game.
Was killed by
It's truly a Terran late game when he's nuking. Are we gonna pull some? Is Time gonna pull out of Maru's playbook and just drop like 120 nukes? We'll find out on the next episode of ESL Open Cup.
There we go. There we go. It's looking likely as he is maneuvering forward. This Nexus is quite open, so it looks like this will be going down.
Not too big of a loss though. He doesn't have that many probes there anyways, so he's willing to take that he's willing to hold that L, you know, get a better position.
There we go, and the carriers have finally been revealed. They are now with the main army, but of course, like what the Terran has is he does have the advantage of having a little bit more of a maneuverable army, able to bypass those carriers.
Yeah, so he... Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, he sees it.
Does he see it?
He sees it.
Does he see it?
Oh, he moved.
Does he see it?
Moved.
The High Templar!
Yeah, he sees it. As the nuke is falling out of the sky.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he sees it. Oh. 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 Yeah, he got him. He got him.
Oh, God. But at the end of the day, it was a distraction because, again, the main army is in the center of the map. Meanwhile, Time is hitting in the bottom right-hand corner, going to be able to take out another Nexus.
Yep, there's the Venn diagram of freedom to prevent anything from pushing in on this side of the army as the entirety of Creator's army comes home, trying to deal with this. And there's another nuke. Oh, he sees it.
Oh, he misses the disruption shot.
That one.
Oh,
oh, he misses both. The nuke's coming down. Here it goes. And slam. Didn't lose much. But it definitely gave Time positioning advantage, able to zone him out.
Yeah, he's just every single time forcing Creator back. Creator, just barely. He's just missing these disruptor shots, trying to hit that ghost.
Oh, and just the slow push, you know, the crawl. Oh no, Time, the misclick with the ghost. Okay, that's definitely turned the tide of the fight.
Yeah,
he is forced to run back.
He just
cannot take this fight.
He just lost like 10 ghosts for free.
And he still got Archons dealing damage. Oh no, it's just a DT. Oh no.
Oh no, and that's a very significant slip up. Like, look at the disparity in supply. Like, the ghosts are so valuable with their EMPs, with their ghosts, and Time he's just forced back home.
Yeah, no, that's what they in the business call a blunder. A pretty big one at that, because that could lose him the game. Because, man, losing that many ghosts and then having a DT kill 26 of your SCVs. I mean, at this point in the game, you haven't enough orbitals to just be running out of running on pure meals. But at the same time, it still hurts. It still hurts.
Yeah, what even hurts more is that Time had to give up that position. Now he's on the back foot. Now he's here stuck defensively.
Yep. It's given Creator time to get his slow-moving army across the map. The Vikings trying to focus down these carriers and doing a decent job of doing so, but the sheer AoE coming from underneath these carriers onto the bio, and Creator with the late game positioning and the late game army able to crush the army of Time. GG.
GG. Creator fights back. He puts a point on the board. Really well done by Creator, able to hold on as best he could. And yeah, it's a bit of a shame, but Time, one little slip up just like that, just swung the entire game in Creator's favor, and he forced the engagement. Like, Time was forced back home. He had to fight then and there, otherwise risk losing more bases. And GG.
Yeah, Time was looking really good there, but one blunder and, you know, the tides turned completely. How the turntables.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, it really was down to that one swing in that game. Like, it was just a game of macroing up and getting massive armies and taking up and getting to those tier 3s to the point where they were basically even, and it would take like strategy and finding a move that would really break things open.
Yeah.
To have one of them win the game. And yeah. Time made that one slip up, and Creator took hold of it, and it was all over from there.
And we'll see if Creator can keep up this momentum, right? He's finally been able to take that W, put that win on the board, and now we'll see if he can just keep this going to get into that ace match. That's the only chance Creator has to win this entire series. Bear in mind, again, one more loss and he's done.
Yeah, no, he has to find this one. He's got to find some strategy this game that'll really push him into that final match. As I find you on the observer list, and we load in here to the 4th game of the series, 2-1. We have the player that is up in this match, the Red Terran, hailing from China, the Boy Wonder, playing for Team Kaizi Gaming. KTG. It is, of course, Time.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Death Aura LE, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing Team NV, currently down 1-2 in this best of 5. Can he continue with this momentum? It is Creator.
One of the most interesting things to me about best of 5s and best of 3s and best of 7s is that it's not just about the strategies and playing the game itself. It's about the mind games and the strategies within a series itself. You know, your map vetoes, your builds. You can plan out an entire series of builds before even playing it, before playing a single game. Things like that, you know. There's so much more to a best of series than just individual games. And we'll have to see how Creator takes this momentum, because momentum is a massive thing in like a series like this, you know, something as long as the best of 5. We'll see how he plays out the remaining maps, and yeah, we'll have to see what he comes up with to try and keep that momentum going, keep the tempo up.
Yeah. And especially when it comes to a best of 5, which is what we have, it's also about endurance, right? Like, we just had a 20-minute long game where Time was looking so good, and then towards the end we saw him slip up, right? Like, it's something that we don't usually see in a player of the caliber of Time.
And Time didn't even take a break. He just jumped right into it. So we'll have to see how his mental is holding up from that last game. Like, it must have been draining playing such a long game, and it's the 3rd game in the series, and the way it ended like that, his mental is definitely like, all right, I gotta finish this. He's like, I'm tired, I wanna go to sleep, man.
Here we go, the factory is about to finish up. We're gonna see a proxy starport across the map.
Yep, he's gonna go for that, I imagine, a Hellion drop.
Oh yeah. Kind. I mean, there we go.
There's one of the ways he can do this.
Definitely.
Yeah, he's got the reactor factory. Oof, the Korean barbecue, but played by a Chinese player.
There we go, the Chinese barbecue. We'll see how good it's going to be. So, Creator, he has been locked out. He has not gotten into the main base. He is not aware of where the starport is. Oh, never mind.
It's scouted.
No!
Oh, the Adept found it. Oh, that's so unlucky.
Ouch.
Creator able to spot that out before it happens, that's a thorn in times. That is a stick in the spokes of his bicycle. That was an analogy.
That's a big yikes, as the kids would say.
Wait, where are you, boomer?
Just that starport just got yeeted.
Oh my!
God.
I give up.
Is that what you
I'm
say,
allowed to
Jet?
quit halfway. Am I allowed to quit the last half of the stream?
Got that bread.
Can I just leave this Discord?
Oh God.
Leave the Discord server.
GG.
On the scale from beast to cringe, that was a solid cringe for me.
Oh God. Oh, he makes his way through there.
Oh, he's going in. Oh, he's going in. And he doesn't get stopped. He's gonna be able to focus down some of these probes. Memes aside, he doesn't need medevacs. He's just going in. He's gonna trade these guys out for some damage. And 6 probes is not bad at all. Even though he lost, what was that, 4 Hellions and a Reaper, that's still not bad.
Yeah, honestly, that's a pretty good trade, especially considering that his initial plans were thwarted and were delayed as a result. So yeah, really well done there by Time.
Yeah, like even going into a standard 1-1-1, like it's now delayed because he got thrown off by the proxy being spotted. So being able to dive in like that and get 6 probes at like the 4-minute mark, you know, it's not always the most efficient trade, but in this case, I think it's worth it for his situation specifically.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he had to deal some kind of damage with the opener, or with the delayed opener that he was going for. And we do see off of that, once again, this heavy rack style is going to be coming out from Time.
Yeah, he once he had to cancel that starport, he just was like, all right, switch it up. We're going to get a CC. We're going to get a couple more barracks, you know. And you know what? It'll probably work out, at least in this part of the game. Especially buying yourself the time by trading out for those probes. You know, it's helped even up the count. You know, it gives him space while he recuperates from, like, his build getting messed up early on.
Yeah, definitely. He's gonna be on the back foot for a little bit. Again, like, even though he has this pretty decent army, again, the Marines are so much weaker without Stim, and things like Stim were delayed. So yeah, he has to wait a little bit longer to catch up in terms of those upgrades.
Yeah, no, Stim only gonna be finishing up at the 6.5-7-minute mark. It's quite delayed. And he's gonna have to turtle up quite a bit. Give up a lot of the map control and positioning on the map to Creator.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially in terms of the fact that like he doesn't even have any, like, there are no medevacs period out right now. They're just not.
His starport.
Yeah.
Yeah, his starport reactor just finished.
Yeah, and like even then, like even though it's done, like there's still no medevacs coming out. So yeah, he's just gonna be stuck at home chilling. And this is going to allow Creator to have the freedom to just probe up to his heart's content.
Yeah, he just got unsupply blocked, so he's only starting his medevacs now at the like 6.5-minute mark. You know, pretty crucial delays that will make it difficult to have any kind of pressure at all. So he really has to just sit tight, you know, hold on, and hope he doesn't die.
Yeah, and Creator is going to be feeling pretty good. I mean, he has this hallucinated Phoenix. Like, he's even able to see the timing of those medevacs as well. So he's aware that that is available to Time.
Yeah. He knows what Time has. He knows how to make use of that to perhaps, like, come up with a timing here. Like, his army is grouping up, so I assume he's going to try and hit with some kind of timing here while Time is moving out with so few units and having so little. And looks to be able to catch these out, and that's gonna be devastating if he loses these.
Yeah,
he's
definitely.
Gotta dip out. Or the blink forward, he's gonna catch out a few units. But other than that, makes it out pretty decently.
Yeah, Time, he was finally trying to be active out on the map, but as soon as he left the base, like, it was spotted by the Observer, he was spotted by the Adept. Creator was there to meet the army and just force Time to continue to stay at home.
Yeah, he really cannot be moving out here. He does not have the map positioning, though he has gathered up a little bit, and he's probably gonna go for some sort of tank siege on the 3rd or the 4th. Just try to get a little bit of damage down and hope he doesn't get dived on immediately.
Yeah, he's banking a lot on these ghosts. Like, he rushed that Ghost Academy tech so much faster compared to the previous game, and he's gonna be relying on those EMPs.
yeah, he really needs those EMPs to give him the advantage because, yeah, no, he's a little bit down. I mean, he's been able to turtle up and catch up, especially in terms of army. He's caught up in workers, but in tech, he's really just like relying on this one thing, and it's these ghosts. He hits a decent EMP. He set up the tanks on the ramp.
And he did scan earlier, so he saw all those Archons. So hopefully he's able to keep an EMP in his back pocket for those Archons once they move down the ramp.
Yeah, no. So yeah, he should be able to kind of siege here and just try and out trade. Oh, but reinforcements caught up by Zealots.
Oh god, a tank goes down. The Zealots are headed towards that third base, and time he has to make something happen with this push.
Yeah, there's the push in here, or he has to find somewhere to come home and defend because those Zealots are going to do a lot of damage. He's going to need reinforcements to catch out those Zealots before they do even more damage, and he does not have a lot at home. This is most of his army right here.
Yeah, exactly. To be fair, like, sure, he's sieging upon this fourth base, but Creator, he's on 3 bases. He's just expanding over to the right-hand side. He can afford to lose this Nexus.
Yeah, no, he does not mind at all. Like, he can just expand the other way. He has the money. He has the econ right now. And Time is losing all of his econ. Like, he is falling behind in economy. This is a do or die push right now.
Oh yeah, 100%. He's all in. Like, he just lost so many workers. He's still stuck on 3 CCs. He has to make something happen here to just end the game.
Yeah, there's no way to recoup from this without just straight up dying. So he really has to make something work here. The drop in the main, some decent micro pushing back and forth, able to pick up a pylon, trying to trade out against units, trying to trade out production buildings, just make it a little bit easier for him to push in here and avoid the downfalls of defender's advantage.
He's going for
a
the
little
surround.
flanking push here. Gonna try to dive on the tank. Oh, he's getting a bit of a surround. He's able to dive on the tanks. A little bit of the friendly splash, but not a lot. Even more Zealots onto the front, and there go all the tanks getting shredded right now. A couple of Archons go down, but the numbers here aren't looking good. He picks up and leaves, but he has nothing left on the side of the map.
He doesn't.
Army supply is looking good.
He's got 3 Marines trying to do the best they can here in the main base. These hero Marines, again, like, the Creator was able to. Exactly. And Time, he was cleaned up. To be fair, Time did have a 4th CC, so he is going to be landing that on location, looking to try and reestablish himself, looking to try and catch up in terms of the worker count.
Yeah, he lost that fight by a lot, but he had reinforcements producing at home. Like, I was watching the army supply, and despite losing all his stuff, he was able to trade out enough that with his reinforcements, he was even on army supply. And now he's shooting up ahead still. But economically, he's still way behind.
Yeah. Same. Like, I was looking at that fight, and Time, he landed some pretty juicy EMPs, so he was able to trade as best as he could. Not enough to win the fight, but enough to deal enough damage to destroy enough key units like the Archons and the Colossus, to the point where Creator isn't confident enough to push out across the map. He himself is stuck in
Yeah. Bought time for himself. Haha.
Awful.
God. Oh, God. Anyways, disregarding that joke, we're gonna ignore that one for now. Yeah, no. He's buying time for himself with trading out. He traded out his entire army for basically about equivalent on that side of the map. Like, he was running out of stuff on that side of the map, and he was able to reinforce. It was really just, he had to make a trade, and he barely managed to make it even. He lost the fight, he lost the position, and he had to go home, but he did not lose the game.
He did not. Now he's moving out across the map, but he does get spotted by the DT, by the pseudo observer of Creator.
Scouting DT, he knows, and he's getting ready to position, but he does have an army disadvantage, at least in raw army supply. But
EMP lands on the high Templar.
That was a good EMP. That was a good EMP. That's that was like a full energy high Templar just down. Oh, there's another shot coming out. He does land it on the tanks, but here come the bio. Oh, the bio's getting stuck though. He's getting stuck on the top side of that, but the stims are good. A couple of decent storms. The splits a bit slow, but they do the job.
That was the last storm.
Still more. Yeah, no, there's no more storm. There's one high Templar on the way. But if there's another good EMP here, he has a couple of EMPs, I think. Maybe one.
The storm.
Oh.
The storm does get used. The Nexus does go down. There is one storm remaining here on this army.
There's one storm left, and this one ghost with almost enough for another EMP, and he just has to not lose it. Ooh, this is still a pretty good push for time. He's still up ahead. It's up to Creator to find a creative way to defend this. Oh, he's pushing in with the Zealot though. A big round. The EMP used on the Colossi and the High Templar, so there is no storms on that side.
None
and
whatsoever.
Chase down here. Yeah, the Archon's able to push back, but this push over here, devastating. The two-pronged attack.
Yeah, like
it's going well.
Yeah, even though Time did lose the fight over on the right-hand side, he was able to kill a Nexus, and his reinforcements were able to kill another Nexus over on the left. Unfortunately, Time did miss this base over on the far left-hand side of the map, but regardless, killing two Nexuses and, you know, pivoting back home and reinforcing his army, like, this is still looking incredibly good for Time.
Oh yeah, no, like he's trading really well at the moment. Like even if he is up, like his trades are still just so much more in his advantage. Like it's slowly dwindling down. The time is ticking for Creator. We'll have to see if Time can keep this up, because we have hit the 15-minute mark, and like we were saying, he just had a 20-minute game.
Yeah.
And jumped straight into this, so the fatigue should be setting in. So we'll have to see how well he plays this out.
That's the thing. We've seen it before, where Time's army looks really good, but at any moment he could move command all his ghosts into the enemy army and just lose everything.
Yeah, they were all full energy too. Okay, we've got Creator moving out here, going for a little bit of a base trade, taking out the planetary over here as Time's army moves over here, but he is moving straight into the third. He's moving into the fourth. He's moving into the natural. He's got so much army here.
Exactly.
And yeah, this is just a lot of overwhelming force, and it's just gone into a base trade situation. This is the classic 15-minute TvP mode. It's like, all right, 15 minutes into TvP, base trade.
Yeah, even though Creator did start the base trade a little bit sooner, killing one of the planetaries, Time, he's going straight into the heart of the production of Creator.
He's on the production.
Oh god.
There's no robos.
The Colossus.
Oh, the robots are going down. Oh, it's barely alive. The super battery is keeping it alive.
Yo, super battery's OP. What the hell? This Colossus is still alive.
The super batteries, man. It's just insane.
It took like 5 minutes to kill it.
End, it did go down. That did buy Creator a lot of time, and he can start working towards getting on the production now. But there's still quite a few ghosts at home, and he's got Liberators out on the map. He's gonna be able to hold that ramp. He's got a CC. An orbital over on a weird side of the map, able to keep himself alive if this base trade goes any further. But all the production on the side of Creator is gone. So what Creator has is what he's got. Time, on the other hand, has lost a whole ton of supply. He recalls. He doesn't want to commit.
Oh my god, he recalls, immediately got EMP. The Nexus goes down. Creator, what's he gonna do? He can't do anything here.
Yeah, he's supply blocked and he has no production. All he has is his army, and Time definitely has a stronger army. It's not made up of his high-tech units, but he sure has a lot more of it.
To be fair, though, there's a lot of High Templar here. There's a lot of storms available for Creator, as well as these disruptors. So with good enough control, like, he can definitely take this fight.
Yeah, if we see those ghosts like not able to set off good EMPs, if he whiffs his EMPs, Creator can win this. But this fight. If this goes into a fight, this is going to be the game ender, because neither player can reinforce.
Yeah, definitely. A couple of ghosts are getting caught out here towards the south. Again, the army of Time is very fractured. It's all over the place.
Yeah, none of the ghosts go down fully, though. They managed to get out of there just barely. Oh, this tank. Sir. Here you go. You're good. Oh, no, but he sieged up the tank. Oh, but he's got a high ground here. We're going to be looking at EMPs. Decent EMPs with a High Templar weren't here yet. Here they come. The numbers are going down. There's one storm on the ramp, forcing him back, but there's just not enough army on the side of Creator. There's another good storm, but that's the last of the storms.
That's the last of the Colossus. The Colossus is going to be chased down, and that is it for the army of Creator. And Time, oh my god, it was so close. He almost lost so many units, but in the end, he was able to take it, and now the bases are under threat. What really does Creator have left?
Nothing, and GG is called. And there it is. Time able to take the game in the end, 3-1. That was one of the more exhausting series I've ever cast, but it was a hell of a series.
Oh my god. GG, well played. they just saw the Colossus like survive.
The reaction of the what the hell? Oh god.
That was a disgusting shield battle even. Like that Colossus survived for far too long.
Why is that allowed? Why is that allowed? Is that
Uh,
allowed?
Yeah, even Yaku's noting it up because I saw it as well. Like he was trying to kill the Colossus. He was even EMPing the Colossus to reset the shields, and like it was just recharging too quickly. Like,
God, but we've got for the rest of tonight has been going by very quickly, but that series went for a while. I mean, it's to be expected from a best of 5 TvP.
yeah.
But yeah, GG, well played, creator. But in the end, time barely able to pull it out as we go into. I did not join that lobby link. Whoops. As we go into the second semifinal.